Number 10 on our top 10 list of the dysfunctions of a spreadsheet is security. Spreadsheets can tend towards some security gaps and blunders, small mistakes and issues that can turn into significant business challenges to unravel. Here's a real world story. So we were working with a small business that had a self-built pricing and quotation system. They had products and prices built out by certain territories and then sales reps, and they started to realize, hey, we want to model in some commissions here, and our team is starting to differentiate in terms of their seniority and these other factors, and this information is very private. So actually we really need to build a sales rep commission portal that's secure and scalable and all that. So in this example, it's very natural for a spreadsheet to be shared out kind of with everyone as we were building it out, and then to start to inadvertently realize, wow, this spreadsheet's starting to take on some information that, when we were a small informal team, we were all working in the same office. Okay, this is good, but the team has grown, and who knows what this could do in terms of kind of setting the wrong expectations or oversharing. So it's a very common example that it's just going to naturally evolve into this kind of oversharing type of thing. The feature that they're really after is this idea that, Jamie can only see her stuff and John can only see John's stuff. This idea that I want to be able to come into a portal and have horse blinders to only what I'm allowed to see. We'll get to that in a minute of how that could work better inside of a database. A couple of native features here. Of course, you probably already know this button, right? You can share an entire spreadsheet with people, so you can completely lock it down so they don't have any visibility. That's not quite it. It doesn't quite get you there. You can also protect the individual sheet. But again, this is mainly going to be about visibility. It's not, and editing. It's not going to fully protect your data and your information. Another gotcha to watch out for here is that, let's say you're inside of a set of folders, and this folder structure perhaps is already shared out with someone else. And if you drag and drop this exact same spreadsheet that I was just working with, you're going to be changing who has access. So you're going to get this pop up. Okay, that's helpful, but just note that you have fundamentally altered the makeup of this spreadsheet itself. So I think a lot of times if someone's coming to us with a data issue, it's going to be less so likely that it was a somewhat intentional and avoidable thing through proper practices. It's going to be this unintentional major blunder. Whoops, I didn't even know that we were sharing out that information. I've seen it happen at a number of companies where even subcontractor rates got inadvertently shared out with all subcontractors, and it can be a fairly significant disruption to a business. By contrast, if you're working inside of kind of a scalable relational database application such as Claris FileMaker, you're going to really hope to see a fully formed security model, right? Where you can do third-party authentication, perhaps even two-factor authentication with Google, Amazon, Azure, so on and so forth. In this case, I also configured a very simple privilege set that allows me to get a lot more granular. I can set up custom privileges that are per record. So in this case, I'm saying, hey, look, unless your sales name is exactly Jamie, you cannot see Jamie's information. And if you're John, then you can see John. A small demo of this then would be over here. I'm logged in as full access, but if I flip over to this copy of FileMaker and I'm logged in as Jamie, then even if I was able to find my way to that record, which we would control through the user interface, you can see, boom, you are locked out. There is no access now on a record by record basis. Picture what that would be inside of your old Google Sheet or your spreadsheet here. It's going to be very difficult to kind of dynamically fully lock down and secure that data inside of a spreadsheet. There's things you can do to protect it and to make it better. The last gotcha I would throw out is a classic one. It's over here in Excel. And that is that we can protect the entire Excel document. So if you're building a pro forma for a new business launch and you're sharing this with the investors and the board, very common to have a full lockdown on that entire Excel spreadsheet. My understanding is it actually really is pretty darn impenetrable once you have that password. But what happens, of course, we take that password and we put it right into an insecure email. Happens all the time, right? Because we're trying to get the whole pro forma out to the entire board. We want it to be secure, but we got to get it to the board right in front, right before their meeting. And so the password becomes very simple, like Go Team or something, right? So it's plain text, it is low credentials, and then it doesn't get communicated via phone or via some third-party mechanism or via like a legit password sharing vault. It gets communicated right there in plain text in an email. So beware of that one too. That's what I have for you. Thank you so much.